Hello everyone, Mr. Dolphin here. Today I'm going to be showing you two things. I'm going to be showing you Dino Surfing, and I'm going to be showing you also something that I call the Dino Dance. It's just a small little trick that I'm going to be showing you as well. Now, Dino Surfing. Dino Surfing is pretty much the ability to conserve stamina on your dinos in order to reach point A and point B. Now, it's ideally essentially, when you're trying to go from point A to point B, you usually ride your dino and try to get to your destination quick enough. But the problem with that is that your dino will lose stamina and you have to stop and then move again. Stop and then move again. Stop and then move again. And you have to wait sometimes a lot in order to regain all your stamina. Now, there's an easier way to reach point A or point B without having to use that much stamina, or any stamina at all. There are situations in which you just recently tame a dino, but there's another T-Rex coming out, there's an enemy group coming in to attack you, and you want to get out of there quick enough, but you know you don't have that much stamina on your fresh tame. So there's an easier way, and that will usually require you to use your spyglass. So all you need to do is dismount your T-Rex. A lot of times, well, it could be a T-Rex, it could be a Spino, it could be a dire bear, it could be anything. In this case, it would be a T-Rex. So I'm gonna dismount, stay in the saddle. You don't even need to move anything. Just dismount and you use attack this target while you're riding the T-Rex, while you're on top of the T-Rex or any other dino. So we use attack this target. And I'm gonna whistle passive. So essentially, Dino Surfing allows me to reach point A or point B without having to use any stamina on my dinosaur. So let's say I want to cross the river. I'm going to use attack this target on that Parasaurus. And my T-Rex will attempt to cross the river. And in case there's an obstacle, I can just remount and use my stamina to move that up. And let's say I want to go another direction, I can just go and use Dino Surfing on that route. Now you have to keep in mind when you use Dino Surfing, unless you don't want to kill the dino that you're surfing into, you gotta make sure you whistle either passive or neutral. And you can do this in many ways, like if you want to reach a far distance, you can just use attack this target again, and wait for your dino to reach that destination. You whistle passive again, and then you whistle attack this target, and another target. And you can immediately mount your dino as you're also surfing, as I just did now. Now, you might find this very useful in certain situations in which you recently have a tame, or your dino has barely any stamina and you're being chased by something or by someone, and you need to get away, but you know you're about to run out of stamina. You can use attack this target and just surf away and just get away from that opponent or from that dino and just reach point A and point B without having to sacrifice that much stamina. And while you're surfing, your dino will regain its stamina, so you can mount him again and keep moving, and that will allow you to reach further distances without having to sacrifice that much stamina. Alright guys, what I'm going to show you to you now is something that I call the Dino Dance. Now it's pretty much just a little trick to take minimal amount of damage while you're trying to survive. So essentially, when a dinosaur attacks you, and in the very early stage of the game, you will not have that many tools to fight a small dinosaur, like a terror bear, for example. And in And at those early stages of the game, you don't really have that much hide. You don't really have that many tools. Maybe you don't even have a bow, because you're not that high level enough. So, and a lot of times, all you will have is a spear. So, if a raptor or a terrorbear comes after you, the way you would react is like this: you will try to pike it, you will try to kill it with the spear. But by doing this movement, you will take tremendous amount of damage while you're trying to kill it. So there's an easier way to do this, and that is pretty much just doing like a dance, doing a movement, going around in circles on the dinosaur while you're trying to kill it. And it's not really a full circle. It's more of a trying to go in a wide circle. And it really depends on the dino and the situation you're on. Also depends really on the terrain. You don't want to deal with that much. You want to fight in a flat terrain as possible. So I'm going to spawn at level 20 bird, terror bird, to give you an example of how this is going to look. Now, when you do this, this will work 50% of the time. Sometimes you will die. Ideally, you want to have a little more HP. And I'm going to show it to you my character. I have a level 11 character for this. You want to have at least some movement speed. So give myself 160 movement speed, 110 melee damage. And I have the standard 100 HP. I don't have that much anything else. So a lot of times a terror bird is very deadly. It's very deadly early game. So a lot of times you will die to them. But in this case, I'm going to show you a way to how to prevent that from happening. So I'm going to go that wide circle again. And there you go. Now that was very close for me with a level with only 100 HP. And you know, you will take less HP if you have some hide armor, maybe a little more better cloth armor and things like that. But that is one way of dealing with dinosaurs or dealing with any other creature in the very early stage of the game. You could do this again against a Carno with a sword. You can do this with against TRex, for example, and it will save you in a lot of situations. And once you master this ability, this way of dealing with wild creatures, it will save you a lot. You will find this a lot of time when you're just starting on and you just don't have that much, and suddenly a dinosaur comes up to you and you have no choice but to fight it. So once again, all you need to do, just pull out your spear if that's all you have, or you have a sword, and all you gotta do is just go in a circle. Ideally, you want to go in a wide circle and not go just in a small circle like this. That will not work. You will always want to go in a wide circle like I just did earlier against that terror bird. And like I said, 50% of the time this may not work. 50% of the time it will work. It really depends on your stats. If I had more points into perhaps HP or melee, I could have killed that terror bird a lot quicker. And it really depends on the level of the dino that you're dealing with. The higher the level of the dinosaur, the harder that will be. But it's not impossible. Alright guys, now I'm going to be showing to you part 2 of pretty much time dancing. And what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing and try to kill that T-Rex with this explodable character. Now I have some cloth armor, I have a bow, and I have only 130 HP for this, a couple more movement speed. So you want to have a little bit more HP for this and a lot more movement speed when you want to use a bow against the T-Rex. So it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to do a wide circle while trying to kill this Rex. So you want to start doing the wide circle already. And the T-Rex has a terrible, terrible training radius. So same thing. Always trying to get force a circle. Now this time he's trying to face me head on, so I'm gonna take the other way around. And try to get as many hits while he's taking a wide turn. Try not to get too greedy when you're doing this. Now I gotta go the other way. I want to be able to see the tail. Now I can see the tail. Now you have to keep in mind that you're gonna be low on stamina, so I'm walking right now. I'm gonna run again. I'm gonna take another wide turn. And I want to be able to see the tail again. That's when I know he's taking a wide turn. Here we go again. Now I haven't been able to be hit, not even once so far. So this is good. Now I got a little bit too greedy with that last hit. And you gotta make sure you always keep in mind your surroundings. You know, make sure you don't get too close to the water, because if you're too close, if you're the one facing the water, there's a chance that the TRex will hit you, and it will push you towards the water, and then you're pretty much dead. And there we go. And that is essentially a way to do what I call the dino dance. And you can do this for taming, although I wouldn't recommend it to do on taming, because it depending on the lag or like the hitboxes, so depending on what you're trying to tame, a lot of times you will miss, like I did with my stone arrows sometimes. But you will find this little trick very useful in the early stage of the game when you're dealing with carnivores. You just have to make sure you keep aware of your surroundings. Make sure that you're always trying to not be on the side of the water when the T-Rex is coming towards you, and you always want to make sure that you're always constantly moving. You ought to always watching your stamina. And once you master this little trick, you can pretty much use it on anything. Alright guys, I hope everyone enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you find this very useful. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.